Guys, I am not smiling, sitting with my Syracuse guys, clinging to a 1 point lead at the half, which is not good enough for me. They know we're better than they are. Halves, what is going on in the first half?
Well, look, we said it's not a good shooting venue, yet we're shooting 60% from three and 62% from the field. So that's not the issue. The issue is Syracuse playing pretty well. And I told Dougie, I said, Doug, send up a flare for your boy Reese, because he was not non-existent kind of in the first half. He did get that late three, which helped us. But look, this is going to be one of those old school punch you in the mouth games. It's not high scoring. We've got how many turnovers we have here? Let's look. 7 turnovers in the first half. Okay, that's no bueno. It's just one of those choppy market. There's no flow. Like we don't have flow. If I do my good, bad, and the ugly, I'd say the good was it was good to see Caden in there contributing. I know Spencer was happy about that. Came in, got a couple buckets. Isaac knocking down some shots, 2 for 3. But it's an ugly. I would say it's an ugly game. Fresh, would you agree? Fresh no longer here.
I think we lost Doug. I think we lost Dougie for a minute. Hey, Little Ski. Yes, ugly game, sloppy game, 7 turns, way too many. Little Ski, talk about the defense a little bit. We've given up 35 points. That's a lot for us.
Yeah, I think what it comes down to is I think that it's the in the post, in the paint. The big guy is eating us up, especially at the end. I forget what his name is, but the guy
Edwards.
down low.
Edwards.
Yep. Edwards is killing us. And I think that we need to put Poppy on him or maybe Caden on him, because Ben just wasn't really getting it done. I mean, he doesn't have the same physical ability, so I'm hoping that Caden can lock it down on the second half.
If Edwards gets deep in the post, he's tough for a smaller Van der Plas or a smaller Gardner to handle. Yeah. It's going to be a tough defensive night, right? And Edwards typically doesn't get the ball that often on this team because the guards dominate between Judah Mintz and Hav's favorite guy or Dougie's favorite guy, right? The other guard who shoots the ball really well, Joe Girard. Edwards isn't used to seeing the ball. So maybe he's almost 3/4 of the way through the season. He's learned to be calm. He's learned to be patient when he does get it and knows he's going to feast on a much smaller Van der Plas, a smaller Gardner. And so he's, what is he, 3 for 3 from the field or 2 for – I haven't seen the stats yet. But he had 2 late baskets.
Let's look here. He is 3 for 5.
And so he said 3 baskets. And meanwhile, Judah Mintz is 5 for 7.
Hey, Judah Mintz right now is the best dude on the court. I mean, he's a freshman. He's from Maryland, right? He's balling out. He is a really good player, really good freshman. He'll be on the all-freshman team for sure. Really impressed with him. Bell got the start tonight. The guy that I mentioned in pregame got the start. He hasn't done much with it, but it's his first time out there. So, look, I feel like this is just one of those games, a Monday night game on the road in the Carrier Dome, not the JMA Wireless Dome. This was a trap game for us. Now, I want to send up a flare for Reese. Let's get Reese engaged. Reese has had an uncharacteristically just quiet, like he's literally doing not much. He did get that 3, but man, Reese, Armin's got 3. Jaden, thank God for Jaden. Jaden seems to do really well, Mark Gardner, when we play mid-majors where the guys are more his size, or when we play teams that play zone. Like when I look at him and how he plays, if you put a body on him and you're taller, he's been relatively ineffective this year. He does well against mid-majors and when he can creep into some of those zones. So he had a really good first half.
Shooting well. This is a game with Armand. You're going to need Armand and you're going to need McNeely to shoot well to at least get some separation, right? We know where Virginia Tech blew out Syracuse the other night because they shot so well from the wings and the guards shot the ball just with confidence and success. And if Franklin gets it going, I think we'll be right there. But that does not we've got to stop them on the defensive end. 35 points and Judiments is doing his thing right now. And we've got to figure out the low post. Edwards is 3 for 5. If he ends up with 14 points, that may be the most he's had for his whole career playing with these guards. He just
Marky, did you see Judiments? Did you see Judiments play, Marky, coming through the AAU system?
No, I did not. I knew him. I did not. I knew about him, and I knew he was a top recruit. And by the way, Syracuse just signed a big-time top recruit out of New York City. And what I understand, my Syracuse guys told me the kid signed a deal for $1 million NIL money.
NIL?
Yep.
Wow.
So Syracuse has a lot of dough, which is exactly why Jalen Hurts is there. They've got their billionaire funder hanging with Jalen on court side. Right. So they're good. They may be back in the recruiting game.
They may
in
be.
The ACC and overall. Yeah. Boeheim, who threatens to retire every year. And I think because it's the lack of success they've had over the last couple of years, and it could be a little draining and challenging, especially now that his sons are gone. But maybe now with this resurgence of NIL money and opportunities to pay these guys legally after he was closely watched and suffered some losses due to NCAA infractions, they're doing it legally. They may stay in the game for a while. Or setting up the next coach. Everybody and all the Syracuse people are wondering who's next. Boeheim may extend for another 5-10 years. Who knows?
Yeah. No, I think like when you look at, I mean, I don't think anyone knows what NIL will end up with, but in the Northeast, you've got sort of Boston, New York, Jersey, and Philly. A lot of Syracuse alums there, a lot of finance there, a lot of money there. Jalen Hurts definitely flew up with some hedge fund alumni, got some courtside seats, had the night off, like, let's go up there. So, and he's got 2 weeks till Super Bowl. That's important. Like we're a little bit more country down in Virginia, right? We're a little bit more, we're near DC, and yes, we have big time finance, but it's just, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But I would love to get the news that we got a big time recruit because we were able to produce a $1 million NIL deal for one of our athletes coming in. And we were able to beat out a big time city school. Am I like blurred out or here? There we go. Okay.
Your volume went up a little bit on that one. If Dougie were on, he'd be pushing. He's on the Elijah Gertrude bandwagon, trying to raise some money for him. Right? He's so excited about that kid coming. UVA still seems Dougie right on cue.
If who was on? Marky, I logged in and I saw you from a distance, and I thought we had Junior Burrow on the pod. That's the way June wears his hat and his sweatshirt. Right to have. Junior
Burrow's a good-looking guy. Did you hear that?
What's that?
Junior Burrow's a real good-looking guy and a bigger guy.
You nailed it. That's right.
Hey,
very
Fred,
big dude.
Did you send Reese a text that says, let's go? It's ACC season, time to step up?
Hey, can I get an update? I haven't seen 1 minute. I couldn't find the game. I'm here like logging in, logging out. I haven't seen one. I saw 25-25 on the internet. I haven't seen anything. What happened? Give me a quick.
We're up 36-35.5. Fresh, it's on ESPN. It's just regular ESPN.
We're having a watch party.
ESPN.
I appreciate all that.
We're having a watch party on Locker Room Access. Don't hang up.
I appreciate. All right, good. I appreciate all that, Spencer.
You don't have to go anywhere.
We can watch here?
You can
Yeah,
watch here.
yeah.
All right, dope. That's better.
Jacob, we
Wait,
talked a little
36,
bit about
35.
NIL.
We're getting buckets. Yeah, I heard you. NIL, yep.
Yeah, we're getting buckets, but the problem is we're not defending.
Hey, man,
Very
Syracuse is
uncharacteristic
tricky.
for UVA. They are, but they don't run anything. With our great help defense, with our
I
interior
know.
presence, although our interior presence is not slowing down Edwards, who probably is on path to score his career high playing with. I'm exaggerating, folks, but
Yeah.
he does
We know
not
he's
get
good.
that many touches playing with Mintz and Girard. So we've got to step up defensively. What are we saying, Habs? At the half, as a if you're Jay Willie, what are you telling the
halftime
guys?
speech?
Yep.
Yeah, this might be a Jay Willie type of get fired up type of speech, because look, we traditionally struggle against teams that don't run anything, right? Like if you look at our big awful losses over the last 5 or 6 years, the one school I won't name, when we lost that big upset, it was unstructured. I think so much of what we practice is defending structure. We don't maybe practice defending freelancing.
Yep.
And that's what you do in the summer. That's what you do on the playground. And maybe we're having trouble with it, but they seem to be scoring. Mintz has been really, really good. He's 5 of 7 with 10 points. True freshman, by the way. And Girard's just going to keep. I mean, he's a little bit off. He's 1 of 3, but that guy's going to. He's just a shooting robot. That guy just wants to shoot. He probably wakes up in the night and shoots in his sleep, like sleepwalking. There's some things we need to button down. What's a little disconcerting to me is we are lighting it up from the field and we're only up 1. We're shooting 62% from the field and 60% from 3, and we're only up 1. So that's a concern moving forward into the second half. Jay Willie, I think, is into him and screaming at him, and I think we'll come up fired out.
What's Little Ski? What's TB talking about? The freshman from Cuse having pretty good first half. Malik Brown, I think, is 3 for 3, and Justin Taylor 2 for 3 with 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, Taylor's. I thought he was playing pretty well. I think, like I said earlier, I think it really comes down to defense and particularly defending the inside. They have 26 points in the paint, and I think that is it putting in Ryan Dunn? Is it putting Caden in to start it off? We're starting right now with the same lineup we started with coming out in the second.
All right,
half.
Little Ski, real quickly, you just brought up Ryan Dunn. Last point. Where was Ryan Dunn in the first half?
3 minutes. I don't know. I'm not sure what the decision is there. He played really well against BC, but I don't know. We'll see what happens in the second half.
All right.
How many
folks, so
did Shedrick play? Minutes. Sorry.
What's that, Doug?
He asked
how many
did
minutes
Caden play?
Caden play. Shedrick.
For me or for half?
No, how many minutes? Do you know?
For anybody that knows the answer.
8 minutes.
Oh,
I was going to guess 7.
He played
7.
8.
8 minutes.
All right, cool. All right. I got it.
Second half tipping off, just tipped off. We will see you in the post game, folks. Thanks so much for joining us.
Go Hoos.